Right, now, my next guest, she's a singer, dancer, actress, and even in this time of freezing cold weather, she's a star that shines bright enough to warm the cockles of all our hearts. It is, ladies and gentlemen, Anita Harris. Good afternoon, Anita.
What a lovely thing to say. I can't follow that.
Now, if anybody could, I'm sure it would be you. Now, tell us a little bit about your tour, Anita, because you're on tour. Has the tour actually started?
Yes, we're well on the road. They're not every day, but spaced out a bit. But I'm not spaced out. Sorry about that.
No, absolutely.
Basically, singing, of course, some of the pages of my life, showing pictures with lovely dear Clive Dunn and Harry Seacombe and Tommy Cooper and David Nixon, all the wonderful gentlemen that I have worked with, had the pleasure of sharing time with,
Yes, yeah.
as well as going back to my start, which is Las Vegas as a 16-year-old, and here I am, still got my teeth and doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's over 50 years you've actually been in show business.
Yes.
And it's has that flown by, or is that something that you think, oh wow, where did all that go?
Well, yes, where did all that go? But it has flown. But on the other hand, I have very many treasured memories, and I think I've been a very lucky girl. I think when you start to evaluate and look back, it's the people that you work with, not only the artists, but the choreographers, the fight directors, and all of those things that sort of make you what you are,
Yes, yeah. Now, of course, you're one of these artists that very much a household name, very much somebody that through television. You were in everybody's living rooms at one time or another.
It is an incredible thing, isn't it? The power of the communication that comes through television. I think is obviously because it's in people's homes where people are most relaxed and they are themselves and they're not doing a job, or if they are, they're doing the ironing.
Yeah.
But it's something that... of course, in the days when I was on television a lot, there were not that many channels, so the choices weren't there like there are today. But golly, wasn't I lucky? Eric Morecambe and Ernie Wise, and all those lovely people.
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was certainly the sort of heyday of variety on television, if you like.
Yes.
I mean, you were there with all the big stars of the day, were you not?
I was indeed, my darling,
Yeah.
and you not only value that, but learn so much, especially from the comics, because the comics are obviously within themselves great actors anyway, but the discipline, the detail that goes into a gag, for instance, from Eric and Ernie, it's worked out so much and prepared. When it's David Nixon and the magic, you honour the trolley that they prepare for themselves. You daren't touch it.
Yes.
Working with Tommy Cooper at the Palladium, with 3 shows a day on Saturday, Tommy always, you couldn't get near the trolley. It was he would place everything himself. It was craftsmanship.
Yes, yeah.
And with David, he was a great chess player. His hobby was fixing what do you call them, grandfather clocks.
Oh, right.
And he invented with his father-in-law, who was Eric. She's gone. Eric Robinson.
Yes.
The Mellotron, which became the keyboard.
Yes.
So all these inventive, creative people around me. It's wonderful.
Yes.
And that's apart from my husband.
Well, absolutely.
Who is very creative.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, we talked about the television, but of course that's only been one strand of your career, because you've always constantly appeared on stage as well. It's certainly, I mean, pantomime has been something that's been very dear to your heart, hasn't it?
Yes, it is, my love. You can't take away the fact that it entertains a complete family. family, from babies to grandmas. It's something that is to be cherished, really. It's so British.
Yes.
I know that some people have been successful abroad, but it is something that's very endemic to our heritage. You know, coming because I sometimes portray a lady called Vesta Tilley, who
Yes.
was the first male impersonator singing Burlington Bertie.
Yeah.
But her history was that she from a child of 6, she was on the stage, and she was principal boy at Drury Lane when she was 13.
Gracious.
And that sort of inbreeding of the quality of pantomime and, golly, the incredible sets. And I mean, in London at the Colosseum, because it's over the Thames, you had waterfalls, you know, and
Yes.
like at the Hippodrome and that. So all of our great heritage of all of those, working with Billy Dainty, Bernie Breslaw in Panto, even before, you know, people before that, Jack.
Yes.
Who am I thinking of? Jack? Oh, not Jack Benny. No, I have seen him and worked with him, but no. So it's good to be proud of what is truly British, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you say, it's uniquely British in many ways. Pantomime.
And the last 2 years with Tony Christie doing a Windsor pantomime with him.
Yes.
And you know, it's Matthew Kelly this year. I keep mentioning people because it's very important to me to be on that stage with other people. It's lovely. Although, of course, as a singer, you're on your own.
Yes,
you're on your own, girl.
And well, now as we've come to the singing, of course, music has played a huge part in your life, hasn't it? And not, I presume, not just in your career, but in your life generally. Is music very important to you?
My life, I started really listening to classical music when I was skating, which is as a kid. You know, I used to go skating after school every day and studied a bit of piano, and so from that, you don't skate just to the skaters' walls. You know, there's some classical stuff going on there, ballet music, and then because I had a wonderful teacher at school, singing teacher, who led me and helped me to value that I did have a voice. It was a bit soprano-ish then, but, you know, useful.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. A little bit more than useful.
A bit of Ave Maria. And then really just being suddenly encased in the world of pop, which was a bit of a shock, but a good one.
Yes.
And learned quite a bit when I was in the Cliff Adams Singers, and how to harmonize and be part of a group. And of course, Jerry Dorsey was one of the Cliff Adams Singers who became Engelbert Humperdinck.
Yes, yes.
It's a progression, really, isn't it, of music? But I have appreciated the fact that being a ballad singer and coming into the 60s with all the rock and roll and the Beatles, and you know how lucky I was to be even acknowledged, really.
Well, of course, I mean it helps, as you say, because you've got this wonderful presence about you as well, haven't you? And you do connect with an audience, don't you?
I like that bit.
Yeah.
I do like that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's guess it comes from just your family and who you are and how you are, but that is an important part of being able to say hi to everybody there and be part of their lives a bit, you know, which is lovely.
Now, you're going to be a part of our lives a bit on the 30th of May because you're coming along to Huntingdon Hall in Worcester.
Yes.
Is that a venue you've played before?
Never, and it looks lovely, doesn't it?
Yes, it's an amazing place. I think you're going to love the venue itself, and of course because you're up in the Midlands, we will be very pleased to make you very welcome indeed. Now, tell us a little bit about what people can expect when they come along and see you.
They can expect a little bit of Duke Ellington, a little bit of Sinatra,
right,
and a bit of jazz, mixed in with, of course, Just Loving You, the anniversary waltz. So really going through from when I started in Vegas as a dancer, and showing the fact that, golly, I was meeting Mae West and Sinatra,
Yeah.
just a superb way of just learning, really,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
seeing and being in that world. You bring it back with you.
Yes.
Wherever
Yeah.
you travel. I think with all of our lives, if we travel, some of it comes back with you. Some of where you've been and who you've seen. So that's very much part of that. We might be doing a bit of rock and roll.
Right. Oh,
Still
well,
working on that bit.
yeah. Well, it's all part of it, and we're looking so much forward to welcoming you up to the Midlands.
Well, thank you.
And it's one of those things that I said to you before we started this interview. I said that we did a little feature on you on the afternoon show a couple of years ago, and this is one of those dreams come true for me. This is one of the great things about being a radio host, that every now and then one of your dreams comes true, and you get to speak to somebody that has meant a lot throughout your life. And Anita, it's been an absolute joy and a pleasure.
Thank you very, very much,
It's
darling, for having me on your show.
absolutely my pleasure.
Oh,
And as I say, we wish you all the best with the tour, not just at Huntingdon Halt, but throughout the tour. And I understand as well you're putting pen to paper with your
yes,
autobiography.
get it all down there. Yes, my
Right.
darling.
Excellent.
Again, because I treasure, all those years, and I've enjoyed rekindling some of my old friendships, even school friends. That's rather nice, actually.
Yes.
It's very difficult sometimes in life to keep in touch with everybody, even though you sometimes think of people you haven't seen for a long time, or they're in your prayers. To actually pick up the phone, or I'm not a techie, so I don't do much emailing, but just to write and get a reaction back is really rather nice. So,
Yes.
touching on all of that, really.
Yeah. Well, that's absolutely wonderful. As I say, we wish you every success with the book, with everything that you do, and we thank you for touching our lives as well, because you have done in so many ways. And Anita Harris, it's been wonderful to chat with you.
I'm going to come and give you a big kiss.
Oh well, that's absolutely. Well, I hope to be there on the
Okay.
evening, so
that would be lovely.
so I'll definitely hold you to that.
All right, my darling.
No, that's absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Anita.
Take care. Love
Take
to
care.
all your listeners.
Thank you.
And to you, my darling. God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.